All right, hey everybody. We have with us our October Student of the Month, Carter Smook. Carter, what's been going on in your life recently?
Well, so it's Monday now, and on Saturday, we competed in the football state championship game. It was a great year, but sadly we lost to Lincoln, which I don't really like. But I had a lot of fun memories, and I'll definitely remember it forever. So
It was what a great game, great season. And it's unfortunate you get to that one point. Eventually, there is only one more game left.
Yeah.
We were fortunate to play in that last game. Kind of talk about that, being a senior on the team. What is that? How has that changed for you versus maybe as an underclassman? Being a senior on an upper level team, a high performing team. What does that look like for you? Personal, like leadership things. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, it's definitely surreal, being a leader in my last year. But it was cool to bond with some of the younger, especially some sophomores that I've never really talked to before. I made good relationships with them, and I helped them grow as a player and as a person through it. But yeah, it's something that I'll never get experience football games. I'm not doing in college, but definitely something that I will remember.
If you could look back on freshman Carter, what advice would you give him? Not maybe just for football, but for anything where you are now. You've accomplished a ton. What advice would you give him?
I would just say start now. You can always drop things, but as you go through the years, it's harder to add things. So if it's hard freshman year coming into a new school and everything. You feel a lot of pressure, but if you just start maybe something every month, it doesn't have to start all of it right now. But if you just kind of start doing some things, you'll find your passions and what you like to do. And football is one of them. I started in middle school, and I've stuck with it now. So
That's great. We still have quite a bit of your senior year left, so we still have a little over semester. But if, looking back, what are you most proud of? Something that you've accomplished, maybe you persevered through. Maybe it is a thing or an accolade. What are you most proud of from your time so far?
probably there's kind of two things. One of them is my grades that I've been able to keep. I always strive to do well in school, and with ACT scores and GPA, I always felt like I've done good in that, and I'm going to try to continue that through college. But another thing is just my injuries through sports, just being able to maintain. I'm not doing basketball anymore, but the fact that I was able to stay with football these 4 years through some hard injuries that I had, I definitely something that I had to persevere through, and I'm happy about.
One of the hardest things is to go through an injury when you have your peers. Life goes on for them, and you're there rehabbing and doing what you need to do, but you're not kind of part of that. How do you think that skill will translate, in life going forward? Maybe not football like you mentioned, but what does that look like?
Well, it definitely will translate very well, because a lot of things and all things, not everything is going to go your way 100% of the time. So just being able, because I tore my ACL twice, and just being able to look the light at the end of the tunnel and to be able to just do the steps every single day to reach that, because it's not going to all come at once.
Great outlook, and you're absolutely right. That's a life skill, whether it's college, after college, all the things. That's great. So obviously you've pushed yourself academically. You've taken classes, you've done things. How is that, from an academic standpoint, how has that prepared you for those next steps in life? Maybe classes that stuck out to you. What does that look like?
Well, it definitely has, because it's just the little habits that I've been making each night, studying, or my just different the science classes, because I think I'm going into something with chemistry. So just being exposed to those and just building the habits for the future is probably the best.
We were kind of chatting a little bit. You mentioned you had a really cool opportunity second semester. Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, so I was going to do one internship with HDR Engineering, but it didn't totally work out. But I think I have another one lined up with Stanford Research, which I'm really excited for, because has stuff to do with chemicals, and if I'm thinking chemical engineering is what I am right now, I think it will translate really well, and I think I want it a lot.
So one of those things, obviously, with the internship that you have coming up, the classes that you've taken, has that kind of led you to a certain path or something you want to study, or where you want to study after this year?
Yeah, so I'm going to South Dakota School of Mines.
Okay.
So my brother went there, and he's in his junior year, but he's going for computer science, but I'm thinking the chemical engineering because Statham Mr. Statham kind of introduced me to it, through his chemistry classes at the high school, and I took some tours there, and I already kind of like have a relationship with it almost because of my brother. It's relatively close, it's in-state, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know the emphasis on the chemical engineering side of it yet, but that's definitely where I'm going to go.
Great school, and with that focus, kind of a smaller campus community, but hyper focused on, they do some great things on that campus. So neat opportunity to surround yourself with other people who are interested in those things, and opportunities that come from that. A great opportunity. That's awesome. That's great. Looking back on your time, and this could be K-12 experience, so kindergarten on, if you could look back and say thank you to a staff member, a coach, director, something like that, who would that be, and what would you tell them?
It would probably be Mr. Sillyson. He was my 4th grade teacher, and he's a wide receivers coach, and I play defensive back, so it's not really there, but we do work with them a lot of drills and stuff. He always has a upbeat personality. He's always joking around. But in 4th grade, he was always challenging me, so I would just point out and thank him for always challenging me and pushing me, because he would always give me maybe harder questions or different worksheets with challenge problems on them, and I would always just praise him for making me strive for success and always be above and beyond.
That's great. That's something you remember from 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time ago, and you still stick with you. It speaks volumes to what he has shared with you, and hopefully then you can bring about as well. Great stuff, and I can't wait to see kind of where that leads, and what you study, and all the things. To kind of wrap up, kind of the most important question is, what's your favorite type of ice cream?
I would have to say chocolate chip, but sometimes chocolate chip cookie dough, only if I'm up to it, but yeah, definitely chocolate chip.
Okay, that's great. So again, wish you nothing but the best going forward. That spring semester is going to go very quickly, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully the senior just doesn't kick in too badly. I'm sure it will at some point, but I'm proud of your accomplishments, what you've done here at Brandon Valley High School. We can't wait to see what you do going forward. Congratulations on the season, and we'll go from there. So congrats, and we'll see you guys soon.